Okay, done. Nice. I'm really excited to revisit the world of Avatar. I'm really impressed with how innovative their social media has been in terms of content with no active product currently. Oh, I guess I'll take your word for it. I haven't followed anything to do with Avatar. Like, I'll go watch the film, see what it's like. Can James Cameron hit a hat trick of sequels that are debatably, well, not well, I guess debatably on par with the originals? And obviously, there'll be loads of people out there who say that Avatar is a low bar. So it's, quite an open goal to make a film that's better than the other one, which I can see where they're coming from. The story wasn't anything original, but the location and the settings was. But that's the conundrum, is it? Is it a good story? A good story is still a good story even if it's told differently. If that doesn't make any sense, but what I mean is, like, the story of Avatar is a good story because it's been told several times. So it's one that seems to be lasting. People want to adapt it and all that sort of stuff. So the story is good, but the execution of that story is something different, and that's where, like, you can get into the more nitty-gritty details of, like, why someone didn't like something. The fundamental story of Avatar is like, yeah, so it's pretty much a standard story. It's like, you could tell that Cameron was, like, going for a what would you say, like, because he had all the technology to balance, so he had, you know, more focus, well, less focus put on the story because he was, like, dealing with new technology. He was used basically for, I'll write a simple story for Avatar, box standard, you know, which some people might call cliched, but cliche comes from somewhere. And then he could, like, sort of put all his focus into the production, make a film that will look unique. Which, I don't think anyone out there, despite if they don't like the CGI, that's fair enough, but they would admit that Avatar definitely looked unique. In terms of a film. Obviously some of the visuals are inspired by other things that we've seen. Like, as how the film was constructed, there's nothing quite like it. For good or for better or for worse. Tom Jurassic says, yeah, I think you make a good point. Simple story which shows how powerful CGI can be. Now, however, I think the industry is shifting back to the physical sets and filmmaking, so Avatar will have to do more than just pretty effects to build a franchise. Well, if I'm going to be brutally honest, Disney have the reins for it now, and I would go so far to say my faith in Disney's choice when it comes to big franchise movies is somewhat questionable. But James Cameron is at the helm, so it's like there is hope that he can deliver. Can he make that hat trick? That's basically what I was saying before. I need to blur that. I think that's the opposite. Hoping the new land at Disney Park tells a lot of the direction of world building and physicality the new films may take. Let's hope it doesn't go the way of Alien, as that had a lot of potential. The thing is, we don't know at this current time if Alien, Disney have said they're going to continue Alien. That both makes me think, well, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh shit. And then the second thought is, please just give Ridley Scott his final film about David. Please. We had 2 good films. 2 interesting films, to say the least, for the people who didn't like it. There was some concepts in there that were really good. I like the execution, some people don't, but I still believe Disney would make a smart move giving Ridley Scott his final Alien film about David. We can't just leave that story hanging on the thread that he goes off into space with like 2,000 colonists and some alien DNA or some facehuggers really at his disposal. And Alien, I don't know, I'd be very, well, I wouldn't be very surprised if they didn't, but like, Prometheus, I believe Prometheus and Alien Covenant are the most, had the biggest box office intake of any of the Alien films, you know, in their like opening and run. I don't know about overall, because Aliens, obviously, then do you count all the merchandise like the henna toys and the NECA toys and all that stuff? Like maybe Aliens as a brand has been the biggest. And Disney might be like, oh yeah, let's retcon Alien 3 and have Newton Hicks alive, and we'll bring Ripley back, because, you know, Aliens is our biggest money maker, so we must just make Aliens. Like, no, please. Continue David's story. Just give me that film, and then you can do whatever you want with it. I don't care. I just want to know what happens there. And you know, I'm worried they're going to try and make it like the next Marvel. It's like, you can't like, what they managed to achieve with balancing everything in the Marvel films. The films are hit and miss in my books. But, you know, getting that ensemble, that was quite an achievement. But at the same time, it's Hollywood, so they're all like sort of paying each other. It's like, you know, with the right idea of doing it. That was it. It was like the genius idea just to do it rather than not do it. That was the thing. The power of comic books. The human race is desperate to be superheroes. And their subconscious. That's what I think about when I think about Avatar 2. It's like, okay, James Cameron, come on, give us a film that we can enjoy. Don't have an open ending. I know you want to franchise this, but make it so, you know, you can close the story off at the end of that film and it wouldn't make a difference.